We are live. Thank you guys so much for joining Mary Truth Talks. We have Pedrito here who's going to talk to us about health because we are big health enthusiasts, the both of us. So before I begin, follow me on Instagram, Mary_Truths. Follow me on TikTok, same thing, Mary_Truths. Pedrito, shout yourself out. What's your Instagram account?
My Instagram account is Pedro Castro 91.
No, wait, not you know. That's 91, guys. For those who don't
Sorry.
speak.
Yeah, speak English.
Fun fact, we're both Cuban, by the way. So we start talking Spanish. I'm sorry, you know.
Sorry, guys.
And then your TikTok account, same thing? Okay,
yeah.
cool.
TikTok, yeah.
If you can put that on the comments, please.
Bueno, espérate.
Yeah, that way
I
people can follow
O si
Pedrito.
no me... Pedro Castro Matos, sorry. Sorry, my Instagram account is Pedro Castro Matos. All together. Pedro Pedro Castro y Matos. Matos.
Matos. Porque mata.
No, kill
la
it.
salud.
Ese es mi Instagram, yeah.
Oh, snap. Hablando de matar, we're going to talk about that today. That shit went dark real quick. So we're going to talk about a couple things today. I'm going to do a little bit of a summary, guys. So Law and Order first. Man accused of burning homeless woman. That story came out pretty crazy, so we're going to talk about that. Homeowner shoots and kills intruder that happened here in Florida. Stealing is a crime again in California. Thank God. And this is one of the saddest ones. Gay couple pleads guilty for sexually exploiting the two adopted sons. Very mysterious story because I couldn't find anything about the story. So weird. Homeless epidemic, obesity epidemic, mental health crisis. We're going to talk about that because our friend here loves the health industry. So we're going to have that conversation. We're going to talk about a little bit of the economy. Panama Canal, what's going on there. Ironic, the person who sold the Panama Canal for free, well, technically it's not a sell because it was free, just died. Jimmy Carter, the president, died. He's the one who gave the Panama Canal for free. So, oof. And then the housing market, we're going to talk about the housing market. And climate change policies, another form of taxes. Of course, that's my opinion, but I think I'm 100% correct. So, let's begin with the first one. Okay. So this was pretty crazy. This happened in New York City. I think it was like Laz is coming in. That way he can see it's a video. So when he comes in, that way I can show you. Okay. So this is a guy. Well, okay. The guy supposedly is an illegal immigrant. So deported, came back, somehow ended up in New York City. Was in the subway station. This is all recorded on camera. It's like in New York, there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
And then you see in the video a woman sleeping on the bus, and then he gets a lighter, allegedly, you know, this is all alleged information, and then he puts fire on her coat and starts going like this, the way the fire can grow. Ooh. And nobody did anything about it because they were scared. They were like, we're not gonna do anything because what if he has a gun? What if he has a knife? Whatever. Right. So todo mundo vio todo eso, everybody saw it, and then nobody did anything. This is all on camera. So then when the police finally got there, she was already dead. And they were able to get just her teeth. So she was like burnt, completely burnt. Mm. So I want you to put that video really quick. We're ready.
Well, the calls for accountability continue to grow as the man accused of setting a woman on fire in a New York City subway train has now been indicted on state charges. CBS News New York reporter Hannah Klieger has more on those charges he is facing and what happens next now in this case. Hannah.
33-year-old Sebastian Zepeda waived his appearance in court today with his defense attorney appearing instead on his behalf. The hearing was very brief to formally announce the indictment against him, which includes 4 charges of murder, including that top charge of first-degree murder as well as first-degree arson. That first-degree murder charge is the most serious in New York state law. And life without parole. On Thursday, a spokesperson from Eric Adams said in a statement
See,
He
he's
is
like,
also
well,
hoping to explore criminal
Totally.
charges against Zepeda under the
What a-
federal arson
no, he commuted
statute.
them.
Immigration and Customs
okay.
Enforcement officials say Zepeda entered the U.S. illegally from Guatemala in 2018,
Oh, I
was
told you they're not.
deported, and re-entered the country. According to the criminal complaint against him, he used a lighter to set the sleeping woman's clothes on fire and then used a shirt to fan the flames. An unsuspecting officer's body camera captured a clear image of him at the scene on Sunday, which investigators say helped lead to his arrest a few hours later. The identity of his victim is still unknown, but officials believe she may have been homeless. Today, after his most recent court appearance, District Attorney Eric Gonzalez said investigators are still working on figuring out who she is.
Her
You know the whole thing?
Yeah.
body was badly burned, and so advanced fingerprinting efforts are being made, as well as advanced DNA evidence to identify her. We have made some progress in that area, but I'm not at liberty to get into specifics now.
In the criminal complaint, she is identified only as Jane Doe. Yesterday, community leaders
know
held
who
a
she is
prayer
from.
vigil
That's
for her.
crazy.
As for Zepeda, he is due back in court on January 7th, where that indictment will be formally
The body's being
unsealed.
burned.
In downtown Brooklyn, Hannah Klieger, back to you.
All right, that's it.
Apparently the connection is not very good right now.
And local religion.
The connection is not.
Sí, el internet supuestamente no está muy...
Oh.
Well, you let me know. We continue.
No, pero sigue hablando, sí.
So that happened. So what's
Crazy.
crazy about that story is that that same day, the governor of New York literally was saying how safe the subway was. The subways are very safe. And then that same day, a homeless person gets burned alive by somebody that's not even supposed to be here. So I was just like, that's crazy, because when I talk to like my friends that are more on the left, they always tell me, "Oh, but crime is down. But crime is down." And I go, "Dude, crime is not down.
Not down.
Crime is up. Maybe in certain crimes are down, but crime is up. Theft is mainly up. Murder has gone up. So I was like, crime is not down. At least I don't think you should. And then, but when you look it up on the Justice website, it says overall crime is down. But when you look at it in specific cities like New York, LA, San Francisco, Seattle, and Washington, hasta DC, who's not technically a city, but there's crime in DC, and that's the capital. So thankfully in Miami, we don't really have that problem. But still, you know, like the fact that this happened tells you crime is not down, crime is
course.
up.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's really like, it shows that you're lying or you're believing a lie if you're telling the people, oh, we're making the community safe, and the same day the community is supposed to be safe, somebody literally gets burned alive.
Yeah. It's not fair. It's not. And the sad thing about this is that some people believe on what they say, and they don't actually do something about it. Like that would be avoided. That's what I think.
No, of course it could have been avoided if you didn't allow the illegal
Right.
immigrants to come here.
Yeah, the guy. Yeah, of course.
By the way, these are two immigrants that are saying this. Just saying, legal,
Yeah.
very important, legal immigrants.
I mean, I'm speaking on the safety of the girl, not what that guy did. I mean, I don't
Exactly.
whether he's immigrant or American or whoever he comes from. That's not right.
Exactly.
That's my
The
opinion.
worst part though is, it's like he was deported, and then he came back. So that tells you that the system is failing on immigration, because why was he allowed back if he already got deported? That's one. And number two, you failed by securing the actual citizens of, even though the homeless person don't pay taxes, she doesn't pay taxes, but still she has a right to live and
Yep.
exist and be
Yep.
alive, and that person took that away from her. So
Yeah.
it's crazy. But this story is interesting because this is a Florida story. So this is the importance of the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. This guy saw that in his camera he was getting his home intruded, so he goes with a gun. And one of them was a Mexican. So they're saying that he was a legal Mexican migrant. The other one was actually illegal. The one that was maybe legal got shot and died, and the other one ran away. But the left is trying to say, oh my God, I can't believe his man killed this guy. Like, you're missing the point. He literally killed the guy because the guy was intruding his home. The guy was committing a crime. The guy was trying to protect his house, so he shoots. You should be proud that he shot the guy. Instead, they're like, no, he shouldn't have done that. Now there's a guy who died. And I'm like, bro, either you've lost your mind or you don't respect people's privacy. Una las dos cosas.
Totally
Which
agree.
to me is a little on the communist side,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, totally agree.
In Cuba, you can't have a gun, right?
Yeah,
you
you
can have a
could.
gun now.
You could. I think you could. Not legally.
Okay,
Not
so then you
legally.
can't.
Yeah. That's
So then
true.
you-
Sorry.
So then that's exactly what they want, though. They want it to be like that, where legally you cannot have a gun because guns are bad, right? Not people. Not people are perfect. People will do nothing wrong. Guns are bad, and we shouldn't be allowed to defend our home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, look at this video really quick. This is awesome.
Hold on.
Oh, okay, let me know when you're ready, because this video,
I'm having an issue with audio right now.
this video is so American. It really is. It shows how important it is to have a gun. It's funny because I was just talking to my padrino, and he's very left, and it's fine. I don't care because most of my friends are left. I don't care. And he was like, oh, but the Second Amendment, isn't it to protect you from tyranny? I go, yeah, that's what it says, but that's not all it's for. It's to protect you from intruders. If you have an intruder in your home, if the community that you're living in is not safe because the policies and the governors and the politicians are not doing their job, even though we're paying them to do their job, they're not doing their job, then I should have a right to defend my home because you're not doing it for me, so I have to take it upon me to do it. But if I don't have a gun, I have to trust you to do this. And I can't trust you.
Yeah. By the time you call and the time that they come over
Yeah,
here.
matar a todo mundo.
Me mataron. I'll be dead.
Exactly.
You're right.
It sucks. It's terrible.
sucks.
Yo me acuerdo, like a long time ago. I was 13. I went to my dad's aunt's house. That was the first time that I ever witnessed like somebody dying in front of me. I go into the house. She falls in the bathroom. I go. Y ahí mismo, it was her time. I didn't know what to do. I was gonna call 911. They were telling me, do this, do that. They wanted me to do the whole CPR thing on her. I'm 13 years old. I'm not gonna do this. She's already dead.
Yeah.
I'm literally like, dude, she's dead. Like, I'm not gonna do any of
yeah.
that. She peed on herself, the whole thing. And then, whatever. As I'm calling 911, and this has already been like maybe more than 5 minutes that she's already been dead. It took them, let's say, 15 minutes to get to the house. And Miami's not even a bad city. Miami's not New York or LA.
Right.
And it took them still pretty long
Right.
to get to the house. That's already a problem. It should not take you 15, 20, 30 minutes to get to somebody's house, you know? So, like, imagine a house like in Nueva York where crime is ridiculous.
Right. What I think about guns is when you have a gun, you feel like you have a power. I'm not saying because I have a gun, but I know my carácter, you know. Even though yo soy como tranquilito y todo eso, I know if I have one and somebody upset me, I will use it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a very complex tema. Es un tema algo complejo porque it could be used for the good or for the bad.
Yeah,
Like
double-edged
this situation
sword.
right here.
Exactly.
Of course, I will use it to defend myself, but in the other case, some people use it. Hey, la guapería esa, like, why? ¿Por qué me pasaste? O ¿por qué esto? So, to find a solution about that, I think people will have to have an education before having a gun on themselves. Like, for example, if I would have a gun myself, I would really need to work on my control situation and really use it for the good, not for the bad. And if everybody works on that, that will help a lot.
Yeah, but that has to be an individual thing. The government can't tell you,
It
hey, you
has
have
to
to
be
take these
individual. Of
classes,
course,
that
yeah.
way you can get this gun.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
for
yeah,
example,
yeah.
there's states that take like almost a month for you to get a gun. What if you're a woman in a domestic violence home and you're trying to get a gun to defend yourself, and there's actually a case of a woman that was trying to get a gun to defend herself from the man, and she ended up I think either she got severely hurt or she ended up dying before she was able to get the gun because of how many restrictions. I don't know if it was California or it was a left. Now, there's also states like, por ejemplo, Texas, where you can get a gun like today, you know? Never shot a gun in your life. You can go and you can buy a gun and then you can have it like strapped right next to you or go around with a gun. Here you can't. I don't think you can do that here. I think you need to have like concealed weapon.
Yeah.
Here, so it's not.
You have to have a license, I think.
You don't need a license.
You don't need a license. Wow.
It's the Wild West in Texas.
I mean,
but you know what's crazy though?
it's complicated. Yeah.
With that state, the crime is not as bad.
Okay.
As states who have hardcore gun controls, like por ejemplo Chicago. Chicago is a city the crime is ridiculous there because of the gang and now the immigrant problem is really bad. Pero they have huge regulation on guns. And the whole leftist perspective is, if you regulate guns and you have gun control, you have less crime. And that's obviously false because we've already predicted Chicago didn't work, California didn't work, New York didn't work. So you can't, you have to, it just really depends, I think, on the person. It's just talking about the individual person's mental health and how ready they are to actually handle the responsibility of a gun.
It has to be.
That's literally an individual thing.
I assume because if you don't have regulation, I assume people will say, if I say something and this guy or this girl has a gun, let me behave good just in case. Like people will be more aware of that.
Exactly.
And that's why.
It's a deterrence. Todo es mental. Everything is mental.
Everything is mine.
Let me know when you're ready. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Am I doing good?
Yeah, bro. You're so funny.
Thanks.
Good evening and welcome tonight. I'm Mark Wilson in for Linda Hurtado.
And I'm Haley Hines. Thanks for joining us. First at 5, they were masked and armed with a crowbar. But two men who broke into a Bradenton home last night ended up coming face to face with a homeowner who was armed with a gun. Investigators say the homeowner fired shots, killing one of the intruders. The other ran off, but was arrested blocks away. As Fox 13's Kimberly Cuizon tells us, the sheriff is now praising that homeowner.
Manatee Sheriff Rick Wells says the homeowner did exactly what was needed to be done to protect his family. He says the suspect who was arrested came to the U.S. on a 90-day visa from Chile that expired in September. Just after 9 Thursday night, a man and his wife were in their home on Hickory Hammock Circle in Bradenton's River Club when they got a security alert.
They hear this commotion going on. They see these suspects that are masked up. Trying to break into the home. They were able to pry that window open.
The homeowner only had seconds to act.
He knew that something bad was about to happen, and he didn't stall. He grabbed his firearm. He told his wife to get into a safe spot.
Manatee Sheriff Rick Wells says the husband came face to face with the masked men. One was already inside his home, and another was climbing through a window. Nearby neighbors heard what happened next.
I sat down next to the lanai, the door was open, and I vividly heard, 3 gunshots.
27-year-old Jorge Nestevan Flores Toledo of Mexico, who goes by Annabelle Miller Valencia, was injured and later died. Detectives say he had been arrested for burglary in Illinois and had an active warrant for a parole violation. The other suspect, 39-year-old Michelle Sotomelo, ran off. A Manatee Sheriff's K-9 stopped him a few blocks away.
I praise this husband for doing what he needed to do to protect his home and protect his family.
Sheriff Wells says Sotomelo entered the U.S. from California on a now expired 90-day visa from Chile.
Somehow made it to Tampa about six days ago.
Investigators are now working to determine if Sotomelo and Flores Toledo targeted other homes. In court, Sotomelo used a translator as he was ordered held in custody.
I just want to say that I never had any firearms or killed anyone.
I don't want you to interpret any facts of the case.
While deputies are working to figure out why the pair came to Manatee County, Sheriff Wells says there's one undeniable fact.
The bottom line is, this is the state of Florida. You want to break into someone's home, you should expect to be shot.
Additional charges are pending, and detectives could charge Sotomelo with felony.
I just wanted that part was so sick. If you're in the state of Florida and you intrude, be expected to get shot. That's so based. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean it's true. It's just like Texas. Texas, Florida, Tennessee, Georgia, the whole South, todo el sur has always been, leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. But the minute you try to fuck with me, I'm going to shoot. That's how it's always been. I don't understand why people think that, that what they can do in California, they can do in another state. It doesn't work like that.
Right.
So hopefully eso teaches people to not fuck around, at least not in Florida. But I think it's also, okay, so another thing I'm realizing, so notice, there's the man that burned the homeless woman, immigrant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, the two people with the homeowners, immigrants. Okay. So at the same time, the media, especially the right media, it's not, the media is really left. If you want to think about it, like ABC, CNN, MSNBC, todo eso son izquierdistas. But the right media has become powerful now that, Trump won and he took 7 states and the popular vote. So now they're like, this is our chance, right? So now I feel that they're using these cases to say, vite, it's not good to allow open borders. It's not good to allow illegal immigration. Let's say none of these people are actually illegal. Let's say they all have work visas or whatever. They're all legal, just like us. But the fact that they're immigrants, that's why they're putting them out. It could have been maybe other stories that are more important. Por ejemplo, the gay couple story is a more important story. These are Americans, but that's not getting the same amount of views as these because they want people to focus on these 2 specific stories because it goes with that narrative.
Right.
We need to close the border. We need to, enforce immigration policies, which I understand that it's important, but at the same time, you're kind of making us look bad too, because it's like you're making us look like immigrants are like that when we're not like that. We're not like that, okay?
Yep.
Just saying. But the right is doing this on purpose because la mayoría de las personas que son americanos son, blanquito. What I just said was the majority of Americans. Oh, there's definitely an echo.
No, I think so.
Oh, never mind then. Maybe it's my voice. My voice is echo. But the majority of the majority of Americans are white. They're Caucasian.
Yeah.
So it's not blacks, it's not us, we're still a minority. So of course they're gonna push, we need this. You voted for this. Remember, this is why you voted for it. Look at what's happening. To keep them realizing this. I like the idea, but at the same time, it doesn't, I don't know. The way they're doing it is not realistic because not all of us are like this. That's just those people, unfortunately, You can come from, just because you came from a shitty life doesn't mean you have to be shitty. So the next one is stealing crime in California is now illegal again. So in California, when Kamala Harris was in California, she was a district attorney, so she was a prosecutor. And then she went from that to attorney general, which is like a glorified prosecutor for the state. So when she was an attorney general, they passed a law called Proposition 36, which pretty much was soft on crime. And if you stole $900 worth of a property or whatever, you don't get a felony. Here in Florida, if you steal $300, more than $300, you're getting a felony. Fácil. And $300 is nothing. That's why they do that on purpose. So over there, they said, no. We need to help the poor. The poor people don't have money, so they need to steal. It's not their fault. That's their mentality. So they raised the cap to $900. I think it went up to 1,000. So people were stealing left and right from 2014 until el otro día, literally the other day. People were stealing left and right. People were stealing so much that in California and San Francisco, you would leave your car unlocked con una nota, with a note saying, I have nothing in my car, please don't break into it. Because it would break into your car. So, and I thought it was just like, it's ridiculous. Why would you even vote on this? Why would you vote on this? But it's that mentality, we need to help the poor, the poor, they're just so stupid. They have to commit crime, la mentalidad. And then look at what happened. Now in Oakland, You know the restaurant In-N-Out?
In-N-Out
Burger?
No.
So it's a huge burger place in California.
Okay.
And in Oakland, which is like a very bad neighborhood, they can't continue working there. They've gotten stabbings there. They literally drove a car inside the restaurant. There's been too much shit going on there. It's like, bro, how can you run a business like that?
Yeah.
So they literally shut down. And it's like, again, going back to Cuba. If you allow crime to spike up, what is that going to do? It's going to get business owners to no longer be there anymore. So who are you protecting? The criminals or the business owners? Who are the ones paying your taxes? The criminals or the business owners?
That's right.
So that's why I'm like, bro, I have this like feeling in my heart. I'm like, the left have become so left that they've become commie. Because what they want to do has already been done in Cuba, and we know it did not work.
Yeah.
So it's like, why are you trying to do it here?
Yeah.
But I mean, I haven't shown you the video yet. But while he's looking for it, what do you think about that? Like, the fact that you vote, like now they voted for Proposition 47, which is pretty much to start actually prosecuting criminals. Like, if you committed a crime, you're actually going to go to jail now. But, like, isn't that obvious?
Yeah. I'm totally agree with you. I mean, nothing to say.
It's just so obvious.
Common sense, of course.
But they think it's racist. They think it's racist.
You know, I say that after COVID, people's brain works differently, you know? That's what I'm going to say. That's in my opinion. Like back in the days, people were normal. Now after COVID, like everything is different. People think
you know what?
differently.
I think people were not normal. I think they were pretending to be normal, and then COVID brought out the crazy shit in their mind.
Wow.
Yada were like, oh shit,
I like that.
You were crazy.
They're revealing this.
I thought you were just. I knew you were crazy, but now you're really showing that
you're showing what you are.
Yeah,
seriously,
it's true.
Dude. It's true.
Because I remember before COVID, like the whole like vegan movement, none of that shit was really that popular, and then all of a sudden, all of that came out, and I'm like, where the fuck did you come from? And then they'll make you feel bad for eating meat. You are evil for eating meat. And I'm like, bro, I'm Cuban.
Exactly.
What is wrong with you?
It's all crazy.
So like, and you're telling a Cuban, tú no puedes comer puerco. I was like, I'm sorry. You cannot eat puerco. I'm going to continue eating pork. So yo no soy judía.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what happened con el speech of freedom, no? Con lo de la libertad. Yeah.
Para eso existe. Eso no existe.
It's crazy.
It's only what they think is free.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's what they want. So they become manipuladores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, same
they just like to manipulate what they want. It's not what you want. It's what I want.
What I want
is
right.
Yeah. What I think is right.
I know what's best for you. That's literally what it is.
So you're trying to convince me con lógicas que no son realmente justas.
Yeah, they're not.
You get me? Yeah.
Y ni son lógicas.
Y ni son lógicas.
Son lógicas para
Pero
ellos.
para ellos. Ajá, exacto. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
So now ellos dicen lógica, nosotros decimos common sense.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
¿Tú sabes lo que es eso?
No.
Que los politicanos ahora, they have to campaign on common sense. That's how you know we've gone so fucking down the rabbit hole that we have to be like, we're the party of common sense. It's like fucking A, dude. It's bad, bro. It's just so bad. No, what's crazy is that, so I'm looking into the whole California thing, right?
Yeah.
Because California is a beautiful state, bro. I remember when I went there for the first and only time, because it's really expensive. Just to fly there is freaking expensive. So I went when I was like 10, I think, or 11, con mi hermana for her 15s. Beautiful. San Francisco is clean. The floor, nothing. You don't see any of that, any of the shit that you see now. And in such a short amount of time, like since the second term of Obama, California has gone just insane. The taxes are insane over there. That it's like, how can you live there?
Right.
Like, we fought a revolution to not get taxed.
Right.
And you're here paying 60% taxes. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. That I think about it, I'm like, I think we need to go back to like why America is the greatest country in the world, because I think we forgot. I really think we forgot. And California is supposed to be the golden state, not anymore. Yeah. It's on the golden state.
You know, I saw a video saying that it was a student asking their professor, why is America the greatest? And then he says, stop that bullshit. This is not the greatest country anymore because we have fallen too much, all this craziness and all that. Yeah, and it is true.
Like, if you want to talk about like health, we're the most unhealthiest country. As far as
it's all about business.
Yeah,
this country,
and not even about business, because the business is like, what business? It's selective.
That too.
It's not even like all business. Yeah. Because if it was all business, then we would be doing good. Yeah. But it's not. It's selective. Pharmaceutical companies, they make a lot of money. The hospitals make a lot of money. The insurances make a lot of money.
Lawyers, insurance.
Exactly. It's selective businesses make a lot of money. But in general, business, no. Because if they really cared about business, then they would care about the law. And they would actually be like, okay, if you're committing a crime, you're affecting business owners, you're affecting people that want to buy in the business. So,
And it's sad, the people that make the businesses are paying taxes, like you said, to be protected, that should be protected, and they're not protected. I mean, what am I here for?
Exactly.
If I come to the United States to make my life better, not to make it worse or to live worse. And if I don't get that, I mean, what can I do?
You're literally leaving your country.
In my country. For a better life.
To come here to fucking have a shitty life doesn't make any sense.
Although we can compare all the countries with Cuba.
Oh, no,
Cuba is something else, all right? Just saying.
It's really bad there.
Cuba is something else. You can't compare Cuba with South America.
Yeah, no, you can't. It's crazy.
A whole story.
Like, I had, there was these two girls that were talking to me about, like, they were from Honduras, and I think the other one was from Nicaragua. Yeah, Nicaragua. And they both have, like, properties there. They're like, when my parents die, they're going to give me the property. And in my head, I'm like, it must be nice.
They could work and have McDonald's. They could work and have a cell phone. They could work and have stuff. In Cuba, you can't have that.
Yeah.
Unless a person from other country send it to you.
Yeah.
So it's not the same thing.
Yeah. And if you have the money and if you want to buy, like, I don't know, soap, the soap is not anywhere to be found. So even if you had the money to buy it, you can't find it anywhere.
In the stores, we don't even have a bag to carry our purchase. That whatever we purchase, we don't have a bag. There's no bag in the stores.
I remember when I went, the only time I went was when I was 13 years old. And I went inside that market in Santa Fe. And I cried going in there. I cried. I was like, I cannot believe people are living like this. This is inhumane. This is the most evil. Like, I was just like you see the ¿cómo se llama eso? They're like these things that you're supposed to put meat inside of it. ¿Cómo se llama eso? The freezers.
The freezer.
No meat was in there. Eso estaba empty. It looks like there was webs in there and everything from like... And I'm just like, yo me quedé así. I was like, yo no puedo creer. And then people were in line with a little... What is that called? Yes.
Yeah.
I was just like, bro, this looks like what people went through in the 1930s in the Great Depression in America. This is bad.
Yeah.
This is really bad.
Yeah. I went in Cuba in 2013. And my first day, I was like very happy. I saw my country. I walk around, my people, my brother. And then I sat down in el portal de la casa. And then I saw everybody, like in my city, in Pinar del Rio, we only have like one club, right? So you see people walking in at 1 and walking out at 5. And it's every day the same thing, from Monday through Sunday. So you live one day repeatedly in 1 year.
Wow.
The same thing, the same thing over and over. Yeah. And then the next year is going to be the same thing and the same thing. Because we have nothing, no hay futuro, no hay nada.
Yeah, there's nothing. That's
so people get lazy, they don't want to study anymore, they don't want to be professional anymore.
Yeah, I mean, for what? You're not gonna.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not gonna make any money. So what's the point? I would do the same thing. That's
Y
why
ahora
we-
las fincas, todo eso, ya dejan de producir because now los guajiros, they could estudiar y todo. A ver, no es estudiar, pero como que antes tenían restricciones, they don't have it, they don't have it anymore. So now, ahora producimos menos.
Oh, peor todavía. So,
So,
now,
pero
so
todavía-
now sube la producción because you have to outsource. You're not making it from home. Yeah, it's gonna be like Puerto Rico. Pero peor because it's a humongous. It's a
Porque Puerto
humongous-
Rico está asociado aquí.
But they're super expensive there.
Yeah.
Yo fui el año pasado, and bro, the food there is ridiculous. The food there is more expensive than the food here, because everything is imported.
Wow.
Barely anything they make there. And I don't understand because they have all the environments, all
Right,
the opportunities,
right.
just like Cuba, to grow everything.
And it's a beautiful island. That's sad.
And everything is imported.
Our
it's like-
island is beautiful. And
Cuba is
it's the most,
impresionante.
yeah, very impressive, very beautiful, and it's sad what we live, what we have, everything.
That's
Fidel
why-
Castro destroyed us.
Yeah, he
destroyed our life.
He really Fidel Castro and the whole just
yeah.
not even Fidel Castro. Fidel Castro is just like una persona, a puppet.
True.
The ideology is what destroyed it. That marxista, socialista, eso es lo que jodió Cuba.
Yeah.
Que esa es la parte que yo no entiendo de la juventud. Like, ¿por qué tú quieres socialismo si mira a los otros países?
Yeah.
No funcionó. ¿Cómo tú vas a pensar que en un país tan grande como los Estados Unidos eso va a funcionar? Like, yo me quedo, I'm like, I just don't understand. I'm like, the whole Bernie Sanders people, I'm like, I don't understand how you can think this works.
Yeah.
It just, there's too many people here that have different perspectives. Por ejemplo, los cubanos no tenemos nada que ver con el socialismo. So anything that's universal healthcare, we're like, no, no universal healthcare. We know what that looks like. We don't want that shit here. We don't want that shit here. But then people that were born here, they don't fucking know what that is. So they're like, no, we need universal healthcare. Everybody has a right to healthcare, okay? Y si tú no trabajas, why should you get it? That's the problem. It's like, if you don't produce, why should you deserve what I'm getting? How is that fair to me, who I'm the one paying? And I fight with my friends about that all the time because they just don't understand that. If they're so blind by like, I want to be a good person, I want to be a humanitarian, but fuck that. Focus on you.
Exactly.
Like, it's about you.
Forget
about everybody else. And marxismo es the collective. It's all about the collective. No, forget about the collective. It's about the individual. Do you care about yourself? Great. Once you care about yourself, and you care about everybody else. That's a fucking problem.
When we get to the obesity part, it all will get together.
Yeah, exactly. Everything goes back to that. You ready?
Yeah, this video right here.
Yeah, this is stealing is a crime again in California. Yeah, because it's wild over there in California. California.
Let's have a party.
Oh, look at that. I said it wrong. I'm sorry, guys. My lyrics are bad. Oh my, this is hilarious.
Stealing is a felony. And it's just Orange County. They don't play.
No, they don't play. Repeat, shoplifters here in California are learning the hard way that Prop 36 is now in effect. Seal Beach Police releasing that video highlighting a recent retail theft and to promote the changes brought up by Prop 36, which now creates stricter penalties for organized theft. This video is part of the department's Don't Steal in Seal social media campaign and highlights 3 people who stole over $1,600 worth of merchandise.
I saw the kids come out and I saw inside.
Okay. You want me to say something?
Yeah, you can talk.
Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear the echo?
I have to look in the mic. Just keep talking.
Okay, well, you let me know if you can hear the echo or not.
I have to go here.
Okay.
Then I have to wait because it's delayed.
Yeah. Let me know if you can hear it or not.
I
That's
can talk.
crazy. Okay, so the video that you just saw, that little part, it's 2 black girls. They went inside Ulta and they like stole a bunch of shit. And in Target. Como si nada.
And nothing happened.
Go in there. No, they got caught.
They
They got caught. They got in the car, and then they found out that the law changed, and one of the hackers was like, "Bitch, it's a felony." And it's like, dude, it's like, hello, why did you even... I feel like people just are dumb, honestly. They deserved it. Because it's like, you know that it's a felony. It's always been a felony.
Right.
Why are you pretending
that
like it wasn't a felony?
Fair. Yeah.
Just because the law allowed you to be a criminal doesn't mean that you aren't a criminal. Like, just the law allowed you to be a criminal for, bueno, desde 2014 a 2024, ¿cuántos años son eso? That's fucking years of you just straight up stealing shit.
Years.
Like
10 years.
That's ridiculous.
Wow.
That's ridiculous. And the fact that
too much.
The fact that people voted for Kamala when she was the attorney general in that time, part to me is crazy. Because it shows that you're not paying attention to what's going on. Like, one thing is you not caring about politics, like, you know, like me, that I'm like obsessed, whatever. Pero like cosas básicas, like, look up, if you're gonna vote for her, look up her past. Like how people look up Trump's past, look up her past. That way you can actually be like, oh, you know, maybe it's not a good idea to vote for her. I don't want to vote for Trump, but maybe it's not a good idea to vote for her. So I won't vote this year, you know? I respect that. Versus, no, I'm gonna vote for her because fuck Trump. That's not a reason to vote for somebody. Para eso no votes. Like,
and talking about that, there are friends of mine. I just like to listen to people to see their point of view, and because when I'm talking to someone, I learn from it, right? Like every detail, situation, or whatever they say. So people that liked Biden in the past or Kamala, they will say something like doesn't even make sense. Like, for example, Trump hates Hispanic people, or Trump will attack us, or I don't know, that he talks all the time, he will talk shit. I'm like, that's not a reason. I don't care about that. I care about the economy, about the country, about what he's gonna do, what he's willing to do. I don't care about if he talks shit about me or say whatever, because it's his personality.
Exactly.
I don't confuse his personality or his own ¿cómo que se digo? Personalidad, forma de ser, a su trabajo, and he's a business guy.
Yep.
You know, and Kamala, I don't know, I wasn't convinced about her. Biden, look at all this stuff that he has done. What change did he make? He was falling asleep. I saw myself, Biden, falling asleep in a meeting, going like this, and all the signatures that he did incorrectly, you know, and I don't know, little details will tell you the truth. You don't need to search internet. Sometimes you just need to pay attention.
Exactly.
That's it. You pay attention, you have your own criteria. Forget about listening to your friend on this and that or whatever. Search on yourself by looking at, you know, what he has done and everything. Have your own criteria and you will find out about everything.
Exactly. Okay, I don't know why people continue to vote for people that never built anything in their life. Kamala Harris has never built a company. Kamala Harris has never even built a family. So that's already another problem.
Trump has been attacked by the news, by everybody. That tells me something.
Yeah.
That tells me something. I guess when a person is being attacked by everybody and you don't want that person to come out, that tells me something. You know? Why are you making famous this guy that has done anything, and Trump that has built up jobs,
freaking empire?
You are attacking him, and everybody does the same thing. Why? So that why tells me that he is the right
And
they
were not attacking him when he was a Democrat. They started attacking him when he switched to Republican. So like, because it's not like he's a Republican. He's not really a Republican. He's a classic liberal.
I say Trump is Trump.
Like, you know, because El Republicano is not. The only Republican about him is he likes money, he likes business, and he likes freedom. You know, which when you make a lot of money, that's what you get. You get freedom. But the minute he switched to the Republican Party because he knew he wasn't going to win as a Democrat, all of a sudden he's evil, he's a racist, he's a misogynist, he's raped women, and all this BS. And it's
they
like,
make up these stories just to
so
attack
much,
him.
Exactly. So much stuff. It was so funny on TikTok. You can tell who's voted for Kamala Harris because they're so emotional. You can tell. Even my friends, I tell them all the time, you're so emotional. It's like you don't even have to tell me you voted for her. I can tell just by the way you speak that everything is just emotional. You know,
right?
Just logic. Everything should be based off of logic. And then I talked to this person on TikTok, and they're like, I told them, oh, you voted for Kamala, right? And they're like, of course, I'm not gonna vote for a felon. And I'm okay. So you're gonna vote for somebody that allegedly allowed 300,000 kids to go missing in this country? Mm-hmm. That's more important to you? You rather vote for somebody like that who supposedly...
And some people were at the line making you vote for Kamala.
Exactly. Yeah.
Why?
Why? Exactly.
Why are you telling me what to do? Exactly. Forcing me to vote for someone that I don't want to. That's sad. And that tells me something too.
No,
that's a red flag. What I call.
There was just so many red flags, but
exactly.
It's like, I'm like, either you didn't want to listen to the red flags, or you're just so blinded by Donald Trump is bad that you're gonna vote for a rock instead of voting for Donald Trump. Straight.
I always say that a person that is just a follower, it's a weak person.
Yeah,
you can't be a follower in the world. If you want to succeed, if you want to be successful in life, you have to be ¿cómo se dice lo contrario de follower?
A leader.
A leader.
Yeah.
You should be a leader.
Yeah, you have to be a leader. And that takes courage.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's easy to say Donald Trump is bad. It's easy to say, because a lot of people are going to be like...
What everybody says. It's easy to say what everybody says.
Exactly. Versus saying, no, Donald Trump is actually making sense. Yeah, we should tax other countries. We should make money off of other countries. Like so it's crazy. But you know what? I think that people are starting to realize that more. Yeah. And when he actually goes in and he starts making some changes, I'm gonna tell my friends, so what were you saying? What were you saying a couple months ago? Yeah, you were wrong, remember? Can you admit that you were wrong? I'm gonna be like that. Because I'm one of those people that I'll put you out there and be like, admit that you were wrong. Admit it. Because it's gonna make me feel good. I'm terrible. Put this video. This is crazy. This is the same. Is it the same video or is it a different one?
No, it's a different one. Which is that one? Georgia couple sentenced to 100 years.
Oh shit. This video is alright. So this is this is a very sad video. And 100 years I don't think is the right
a couple.
Yeah. William and Zachary Zollug were each sentenced to 100 years in prison without the possibility of parole, I believe it said. Hold on. Yeah, back up. Let me read that real quick.
Oh, I knew it. They were gay.
Yeah. I said that earlier. I was like, William and Zachary Zollug were each sentenced to 100 years in prison without the possibility of parole after being convicted of the sickening sexual abuse of their adopted sons.
Why are you gay?
Exactly. Like a Monroe.
Alright, let's go. Love is love.
Jesus Christ.
The boys, two brothers who are now 12 and 10 years old, were adopted from a Christian special needs agency by the Zollugs. Christian. That's crazy.
Wow. That's insulting.
It is. The couple were regularly forcing the boys to have sex with them and would film the abuse to make pedophilic pornography. Holy shit.
Big comments about this.
This is crazy, bro. Yeah, you're a father, so I'm assuming you have a lot. They also allegedly used social media to pimp the boys out to at least 2 men in a depraved local pedophile sex ring. Holy shit. They were arrested in 2022 after an alleged member of the ring was caught downloading child porn and told the investigators how the Zollugs were making videos with young boys living in their house. So they were literally caught by accident because somebody else who knew them were caught, and then he sold them out because they were the ones making the big money out of this disgusting depravity. All right, let's continue.
Yeah.
Both men pled guilty to charges of aggravated child molestation, aggravated sodomy, and sexual exploitation of children. All right, so this is... So...
Do you want to head to a develop...
Okay, so... All right.
Yeah.
This is...
You need to process it. Yeah.
This is tough because this really gets me. So people are saying... Now people are asking, should gay couples have the right to adopt?
I wouldn't.
So now they're asking that question, like, ellos tienen el derecho en adoptar. Okay. And then the other question that I'm asking this question, because that question is, I knew that was gonna come out, because that's what the first thing people think about is, oh, those are two gay people that they did that. Should they have a right to adopt? You know, and I'm not gonna take it there because the left want you to take it there. So I want to go on a more logical, less emotional side and say, who is the adoption agency and how did they vet these two people? Because for you to be a parents to adopt, they have to vet the shit out of you, because you're paying. Adoption is not cheap. That's very expensive. So they're supposed to be doing a thorough background check on you. They're supposed to know everything and anything about you, because if something like this happens, they're going to go after the adoption agency, which is what should be happening right now. They should go after the adoption agency. And the fact that it's a Christian adoption agency is absolutely disgusting, because now you're making Christians look bad, and it's just, everything is fucked up about this. But I don't know, what do you think? Do you think gay couples should, you know?
I would never be agree to that. And I was really mad at this situation when I heard kids should be taught in school about about sexual things, you know. Why? I'm a father of a 9 years old. I have a little girl, and if that happens, I would take her off the school, because one thing, for me, a kid should be free, you know, should be free and educated. But education, it's about not sexual. Education for me is like, how should you treat a person, or saying hi, or being educated.
Yeah, manners.
You know, manners.
Right.
Not sexual. It pissed me off.
Okay, I don't even know.
It really pissed me off.
I don't even know where that started, because
how it started.
I really don't know.
And parents knowing that, you know, being agreed to that. I mean, I wouldn't. I don't know how this idea came out, and they supported it.
Exactly. I don't know.
Because you go to Georgia, on the streets, have all these flag colors.
Wow.
I'm having a situation which I can mention about this, but I would never like a gay guy to have a kid and show him, because I don't know if the gay guy would tell him the right or the wrong. What's right and what's wrong to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I've been taught in one way, which is the correct way, which I guess, because nowadays you don't know what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah, you don't know what a woman and a man is anymore either. You know, it's you can be whatever you want.
It's
apparently.
it's like if despite this, it's about let's say, it's telling me, oh, back then you cannot rob any store. Right now it is okay to rob a store.
Exactly.
So what am I doing?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is totally wrong. Life is totally wrong. I mean, since COVID, once again, I'm not rephrase it. After COVID, he is doing so many stupid things.
Evil things, man. That's evil.
Exactly, more than stupid. It's
demon
evil.
Shit. That's some hardcore demon shit.
Some people pretend to be good, and they're not good.
What do you think about? I was gonna ask you
what
about.
I mean?
So, like, I just gave you a bunch of different criminals that did a bunch of bad shit. The one that wasn't that crazy was the girls who stole $1,000, whatever.
You're right.
But in Georgia, there's no capital punishment. At least I don't. If you can fact check that, I don't think there's capital punishment. That means the death penalty is capital punishment.
Okay.
So here there is. We believe in the death penalty.
Oh, I would love it.
Right?
For gay
Like
people,
in
yeah.
Texas, same thing, but death penalty.
And don't take me wrong, I'm not.
They believe in the death penalty? Okay, so I don't understand this. This happened in Georgia. They believe in the death penalty. Then why did you give them 100 years?
Mm-hmm.
You should have given them both a death penalty.
Exactly.
They did the most heinous crime you can do is exploit a child.
Mm-hmm.
That is the most heinous crime you can do.
I want to say this. I'm not against gay people. I have friends that are gay, and I'm okay with that. No.
He said that is what everybody says about black people. I'm not racist. I have friends that are.
I mean, not black. No, this is real. I mean, I can disgrace. No, not disgrace. I can put low these people because they're people.
They're people.
You know, they're
right,
people.
Exactly.
They have rights. Okay,
Exactly.
so I'm okay if you're gay, but respect.
Exactly.
Because I respect you, you respect. It's all about respect. Because if you have too many freedom, if you give too many freedom, that's why we have laws. That's why we have these restrictions. Because if we don't have that, and if you have too many freedoms, it's
chaos.
chaos.
Exactly, it's chaos. It's lawlessness.
Exactly. That's why we have good, bad.
Exactly.
You know, because now gay people are coming out of the closet. Everybody, they are forcing you to become gay because kids, and then at the end of the day, now they're raping kids. They think that's okay, and that's not okay. Because now what? Raping is gonna be okay?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100 years is
You know what I'm
not
saying?
okay.
It's not right.
Yeah, no. Because
it's not right. A kid,
a 10
that doesn't know
and 12-year-old
what's going on.
Those kids are forever traumatized.
Yeah.
Forever.
Look at this. I don't know if you've seen this episode, Los Himawa.
The twins.
The
the
twins.
Hodge twins. I love
Yeah.
this.
They've been raped.
Really?
They've been raped by their father.
Oh shit! I did not know that about them.
Espérate.
Not the Hopkins one,
No, los Mendes. Los hermanos Mendes.
No, I don't know that.
You never, for real?
No.
Watch the story. There's a document. There are two brothers. Their father were rich. Their father were raping them, both of them. One of them, the little kid was gay, and the other one he wasn't. And he was really stressful because they were getting raped by their father, and their mom knew all this time about that, and never did anything about it.
I think I know a story you're talking about.
Yeah, and then they both killed their parents, and they lived their life and enjoyed the money and everything, and they got arrested because of el psiquiatra, the psychiatric, le dijo a la mujer y lo arrestaron a los dos, and there been penalty 35 years since that day. Y yo digo, that's not fair. I mean, they were trying to defend themselves. They were kids. They didn't know how to defend themselves. Nobody taught them what to do. You know what I'm saying?
That's tough, man.
And they did it when they became adult, as a 21 or 25 years old, when they were 25 years old. And they just decided to kill them because that was the only solution. Because the older brother found out that he kept raping his brother. Because when he was like 18 years old or 20, he was like, hey, stop it. I don't want you to rape me, and stop it. So the father stopped raping him, but he kept raping the other brother. That's not fair. Now, my question is to the people, do you think that's right?
Yeah, exactly.
All this freedom? It's not that I'm against gay people. I'm against of all this situation that's happening.
That openness of like, yeah, because it's what I was telling my best friend. Like, I understand that, you know, as a gay man or a lesbian woman, you want to be married just like us, that we can get married and you get the benefits of marriage and all that stuff. But marriage was made to procreate. I know a lot of people don't like that, but that's the truth. Marriage was made to build a family and continue the generation. That is the whole point of marriage. It is a legal binding document that connects two families together. It's always been like that. It's like a deal in order for the family to grow. Back then it was because of money. Now it's just because two people like each other a lot, so much that they want to spend their whole lives together and grow a family, etc. But if you are a gay man with another gay man, you can't procreate. So if you can't procreate, I don't know if you should have the right to be married.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
That's not the whole point of marriage is to procreate. I'm not saying that you are forced as a heterosexual. Like, for example, if I don't want to have kids and I still want to marry him.
Hold on. You're echoing a lot. All right. Keep talking now.
Jesus, scared the shit out of me. So, like, if I don't want to have kids, that's fine, but I know that I can because I'm meant to be able to have kids. Now, let's say the doctor says, oh, you can't have kids, whatever. That's different. But the majority of women can't have kids. That's why we have the benefits of having kids and the tax credit and the benefits of taxes when you're married. But if you're a lesbian, there shouldn't be a tax credit for being married. And I'm sorry, but you can't. 2 vaginas can't make a baby. And 2 penises can't make a baby.
That's right.
So I don't understand why Obama decided, hey, let's make gay marriage legal. Why would you do that when at the end of the day, they cannot build a literal family?
Exactly.
So what you're saying is marriage means nothing. That's what you're saying. Marriage has no value. What's the point? Anybody can get married. It's not about creating a generation of families. It's not about that.
Yeah.
It's just, you know.
It went too far away.
Yeah.
Like, I would say, okay, if you don't want for society to look bad, it's okay. Okay. Gay people can be out of the closet and be good. Okay, that's good. But they took it way too far. Way too far. Because my daughter doesn't know anything about this. Why would you teach her about this? If you don't even teach her about manners, you don't even teach her how to make money.
Exactly.
You just teach her about math, English, this, that, whatever. That's it.
Yeah, stick to the basics.
So, come on. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, this case is gonna spark lots of controversy because people are already having that conversation. So, and Kamala, of course, she already came out saying, remember, now that Trump won, it's going to be an attack on the LGBTQ community. I was like, whatever, lady. You can think that all you want. But at the end of the day, the LGBTQ community, unfortunately, has a lot of people that have mental disorders who I personally think need mental help. And instead, they're being allowed to be teachers and they're teaching kids.
True.
Because there's a lot of people that just they're not there mentally. You know, like you should not. I'm sorry. I think that if you're a teacher, there needs to be like a mental check. I need to know if you're mentally okay because you're dealing with kids, and the parents are the taxpayers. They're paying for that teacher to be teaching their kid. So it's like there should be some tests, a mental and physical test. If you can't pass them, you can't be a teacher.
Yeah.
Sorry. You know, if you don't want to go through the test, and go to a private school. You know.
Yeah.
But public school is fully funded by taxpayers. Every child, we spent $10,000 to $13,000 per kid. That's fucking money that you're literally If the government can literally just tell you, here, Pedro, here's $13,000 for your kid, do whatever you want with her. You can homeschool her, you can put her in whatever, but this is the money that we're giving you because at the end of the day, you're paying for it. You'll probably do a better job at educating your daughter than the system would.
Believe so.
It's fucking crazy. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
But hopefully things change. You know, hopefully. Eventually things will change. All right, we're going to talk about, maybe not in 4 years, but, you know, in our lifetime, whatever.
Yep.
Hopefully. Health. Let's talk about the health in America, homeless epidemic. Let's talk about that. Am I still echoing?
It fixed itself, but every now and then it goes back to I don't know why. I need to figure out what's going on with that.
Well, we'll figure it out. You know, I think we need eventually headphones.
But it's only your mic. He has an echo, not even once.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting.
Hello. Don't you why say goodbye?
You're not echoing now, though.
You want me to disconnect it?
No, she's good now.
See? Okay.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Homelessness. Let's go.
Homelessness skyrocketing across the country, fueled by a lack of affordable housing and devastating natural disasters.
Eyewitness News reporter Josh Haskell joins us now with more on the homeless numbers in Southern California. Josh.
And David and Colin, there are some in this country who feel that homelessness is just a problem in California. But once again, HUD's numbers tell a different story. Big cities, small cities, rural communities, homelessness exists. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development releasing their nationwide homeless count for this year, taken back in January, which shows an 18.1% increase. In 2023, the country saw a 12% increase. The rise driven by a lack of affordable housing, natural disasters where people lost their homes, and the migrant crisis.
Overall, the reason the numbers continue to go up is because housing becomes more expensive and less affordable to people. So unless that changes, meaning either housing prices.
Hold on, we got some technical difficulties again. Este episodio está.
What happened?
Que no se escucha el desktop audio muy bien. No, pero vamos a hablar de porque.
Oh, I need you to tell me if you can hear me or not, because I'm not.
I can hear you. It's this we can't hear very good. It sounds like it's far away.
Mm.
The desktop. Before it was good.
Jesus, today the internet issue is Xfinity. I'm gonna need you to get it together. Sistema, I'm gonna need you to get it together.
Se está activando.
Like.
¿Sí?
Who, me?
No, yo.
Never.
La lava de adentro se está encendiendo.
Never.
Ahora va a ser un Lázaro.
Respect of life. Catholic Days at the Capitol. March 18 to 28, 20 housing. Florida's bishop invites you to join them in Tallahassee to advocate for the protection of human life. Yeah, Florida's super anti-abortion over here. Super random. I just saw that on my Instagram. I put that way people can go on in case we got somebody on right now. Okay. So while he's figuring that out. You figured it out? Oh, There's two videos. There's that video and then there's. Yeah. Okay. Let's do it.
A stunning new report shows homelessness skyrocketing across the country, fueled by a lack of affordable housing and devastating natural disasters.
Eyewitness News reporter Josh Haskell joins us now with more on the homeless numbers in Southern California. Josh.
And David and Colleen, there are some in this country who feel that homelessness is just a problem in California. But once again, HUD's numbers tell a different story. Big cities, small cities, rural communities, homelessness exists. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development releasing their nationwide homeless count for this year, taken back in January, which shows an 18.1% increase. In 2023, the country saw a 12% increase. The rise driven by a lack of affordable housing, natural disasters where people lost their homes, and the migrant crisis.
Overall, the reason the numbers continue to go up is because housing becomes more expensive and less affordable to people. So unless that changes, meaning either housing prices are going to go down or wages for lower income Americans are going to go up, we should expect to see the numbers to increase year over year.
The total number of those homeless in the U.S. is at 770,000, according to HUD's report. And among the most concerning trends, a 40% rise in family homelessness. This is fueled by migrants arriving in big cities.
Homelessness is a national problem. It doesn't just exist in big cities. Of course, how cities respond to it will make it look differently. So in places like New York, they may have more shelter and you'll see less people visibly on the streets.
Although California has the nation's largest homeless population, last year Los Angeles saw a drop of 5% in unsheltered homelessness.
We want to blame government and we want to throw rocks at politicians, but in LA City and LA County, we are doing the right things. We're bringing people off the streets, we're putting them into safe shelters, and then we're making permanent supportive housing available. We need to double down on that because we've just started to see the ship turn, and we can see the other side where we can live in a city without folk who are unsheltered on the streets. But I think it's going to need to be a model for our whole country.
And compared to every other state, California saw a reduction in the number of veterans and youth experiencing homelessness.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown.
This is okay. So this is the part that ABC is left. So ABC swears that the homelessness problem is because of the affordable housing problem. This is the part that I'm like, I'm still trying to figure this out. When the housing was cheaper back then, vamos a decir, en
Before COVID?
It was way before. Let's talk about Reagan. Vamos a decir Reagan. Not even Clinton. Reagan times. And Reagan was what? In los 80, I think it was.
Los 80, okay.
I think so. How the housing market was like.
Mary, why is today's like this? You hear, right?
Sí.
Yeah, I can hear.
Yeah.
Unplug her mic, bro.
Okay.
And
I got you.
Plug it back in. I don't know why her mic today.
I got you.
And get it closer to you, Mary. Wait. No, like move the mic closer to you, like to where you are. Okay.
Good? Can you hear me?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
Okay, well, I'm gonna continue talking. Okay, so in the 80s, let's say the housing market, we can look it up with ChatGPT, but I believe it was like $80,000, $60,000. That was the average price for a house back then. But Skid Row, which is a place in California that was filled with people that would do drugs and were homeless, still existed back then when houses were cheaper. So this excuse of, the homelessness problem is because there's a not affordable housing, that's bullshit. Because when the housing market was cheaper, people were still homeless. So it's nothing to do with the housing market now. The housing market has gotten more expensive over the years. That's because inflation has always made things more expensive. And it's going to continue making things more expensive. There's not going to be a market crash. Like, people want to, they're going to, yes, eventually the things are just going to drop and we're going to be able to, that's bullshit. That's not going to happen. If you don't have the money, you're not going to have the money. That's the reality. I'm sorry, that's the truth.
Yep.
That's why people that are billionaires are telling you, buy multifamily homes. Don't buy a single family, buy multifamily homes. Meaning like a building with fucking 20, 50 units. But people are scared of that because they're like, how am I gonna buy a building? You know, it's scary to people because all they're used to is buy a house. That's the American dream. Buy a house. But the reality is that's not the American dream. That is an American nightmare because when you buy a house, you have a 30-year mortgage and the interest rate continues to go up. And the insurance goes up. So you end up paying more for the insurance than you did for the house.
All the things that you have to do in the house.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not even talking about the expenses. So it's like,
yeah.
So it's lack of education that we have when it comes to finances, when it comes to just real estate in general. So the left wants to continue to push this agenda of, we need more affordable housing. So what you're trying to say is you want the government to get involved in the real estate market. What happened to Cuba when the government got involved in the real estate market?
Right.
Everything went to shit because the government cannot maintain all the homes in the island. Imagine a country like ours. It's unsustainable. You can't. There's too much property for the government to just be like, all right, we're going to start controlling the rent. You can't do that. Because, first of all, it's not capitalist for you to be controlling rents. And second of all, if it defeats the whole capitalist perspective of competition. If you're forcing everybody to pay the same rent, then you're devaluing the actual price of the house. So, por ejemplo, let's say workouts. My workouts, let's say I want to sell my workouts for $20 a pop. And the government tells me, no, that's too expensive. You need to start charging $5 a pop. What am I going to fucking do? I need to make money. okay, I'm gonna have to start firing people because I can't afford to, to charge people $5 a pop while still owning and still having the employees I have. So you're losing employees, and at the same time, the quality goes down because now you're charging $5 instead of $20.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing when it comes to the housing market.
Yeah.
That's why when I hear that, it's like, it doesn't have anything to do with that. It has to do with the fact that these people have a mental problem and they need help. Imagine having a building of just homeless people in there.
Right.
Eso va a ser un desastre.
Mm-hmm.
So, lleno de drogadictos por todos lados.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maintenance, nobody's gonna want to go in there and clean anything.
Mm-hmm.
Jeringuillas por todos lados, like feces, piss, like, you mean to tell me that because they have a house, they're going to be decent, they're going to be clean? No, bullshit. They don't want responsibility. That's why they're homeless. Like, that's the reality. Like, that's why they're homeless. Laziness. And I talked about this on TikTok. There was a girl, I kid you not, her name was, what was her name? Shan or something. Like, you can tell, una blanquita. She was like, I used to be homeless. I had a car, I had a phone, but I was homeless. And I was like, okay, I don't care. Like, you're like 1% of everybody else that is homeless. Most people that are homeless have a drug problem. That's why they're homeless.
Mm-hmm.
Because their drug addiction is more important than a roof over their head, a job, and being able to sustain their life and become a better person. That's the reality. Like, and I just don't understand why they want to use this like, oh, it's because of the housing market.
No.
It's because of the people
That's an
that
excuse.
own businesses. It's their fault. El capitalismo is evil.
Right.
That's what it is.
Yep.
Capitalismo is evil, and they deserve to get taxed. But I have a friend who, if it were up to him, all the billionaires will be paying for everything, like everything. And it's like, bro, that's not gonna solve the problem. If you can get a billionaire to pay, let's say 40% of taxes, which is fucking a lot of money. Like, what is the government gonna do to me? If they can force a billionaire to pay a shit ton of taxes,
no.
What the fuck are they gonna do to me that I'm nobody?
Yep.
Esa es la parte que ellos no entienden. Like, hello, I want the billionaire to be untouchable. Because that saves me. Because if he's not savable, I'm fucked. Like, that's the part that I'm just like, this is so easy to understand. Why don't you understand?
Yep, that's right.
It's like, if you can imprison Donald Trump, what the fuck can you do to me, dog? Like, come on, it's just so obvious. Like, the billionaires or the people that have made it to the top, jobs. Dude, they've made it. They're the 1%. They're the ones that. Wait, people don't know the sacrifice that those people have to do. No sleep, no fucking sleep.
More than us.
Like, we complain, but we don't do shit compared to those people. Like, and you want them to pay 40, 50, 60% taxes?
No.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah. Totally
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Totally agree. Yep.
Like, I'm sorry. It makes me think the left does not value success.
Mm-hmm.
They think that success is like
regalado. A gift or lucky.
Exactly. It's luck.
Yeah, it's luck.
It's luck. And that's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Because for example, there's this billionaire that I listen to him almost every day. His name is Grant Cardone. This guy was a drug addict. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
He was a fucking drug addict. And now he's a billionaire. That is the American dream right there. For you to be nothing and become a billionaire, that's what all Americans should motivate. Like, if you don't want to be a billionaire, that's fine. But your goal is to make fucking money, bro.
Mm-hmm.
In order for your family to be good. Because whether you like it or not, things are going to get more expensive. So either you make more money or you end up like everybody else. Homeless. Straight up. Like, that's so dark. But it's the truth. Like, it's like that. It's just, but they don't want to accept that.
I think, People just like to be distracted. People just like to be comfortable. If you're a comfortable person, of course you always make excuse or make something up. But if you're a go-getter If you're a go-getter, you become a leader. You become a person that will produce the money and eventually know the sacrifice, and respect.
I don't know. He just lost his shit there for a second. Okay. Yeah, dude. Like.
Yeah.
Anybody on the chat? What do y'all think, bro?
Any comments?
Questions? Comments, concerns. Please tell me. Today, our we've had a lot of tech issues. Well, we apologize. I don't know what's going on with the system today. For some reason, I cannot go on my chat. Not sure why I can't do that. Let me try on my. Give me a second. I don't know why I'm having a hard time doing it here. Oops. Right here. Let me see. Let me see what y'all saying. Y'all talking shit about me? No, I'm kidding. Even if you are, I totally okay with it. I love people that talk shit. I really do.
They encourage you.
I go, yeah, talk more shit. I love that shit.
They give you energy.
I'm like, yes. Oh my god. Straight up, I love that shit.
The spirit bomb, yeah, talk shit.
Talk shit, bro, talk shit. Oye, mi mamá dice, es mejor que hablen bien de ti o más de ti. Que hablen más de ti que no hablan de ti.
Ajá, es mejor que hablen a que no hablen de ti.
Yeah, it's true. Like, I'd rather you talk shit than not talk shit at all. That means I'm important to you. That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
DJ Lockdown, what it do, bro?
Yo.
Ray Evans. Ray here. Ray. What it do? I think this is the first time that you're here, so welcome. Jose De Leon, bro. Jose, you're the shit. I'm still waiting for you to show up, but I know that eventually you will. I'm consistent. I know eventually, from how many times I ask you, you will fold. And you will say, I'm joining. Because there's one thing about me, I never give up. Ever. Some people have to ask one time, like you, and you're like, yeah. Some people have to ask 1,000 times, like Jose, and it's okay. It's all right. I don't give up. It's okay. It's a quality I have. So check this out. This one is your favorite topic, obesity. Let's talk about this real quick.
Oof.
Because this is a good one. Let me know when you're ready, babe. So I know you're not really into like politics like that. So
no, it's okay.
There's a man. His name is RFK, Robert F. Kennedy. He's the son. Okay, his uncle was John F. Kennedy, the guy who got assassinated. So his brother, I think he was gonna also run for office, and he also got assassinated. And then his son is RFK, who tried to run as a Democrat, and the Democrats did not let him. And he's a real Democrat, did not let him. So he tried to run as an independent, and there was a lot of states that were not allowing him on the ballot. So he said, fuck it. And then he tried to join the Kamala Harris campaign, and they were like, no, because he's not anti-vaccines, but he doesn't agree with how they are. How do I put it? He doesn't agree with the way vaccines are being operated in America, because they're not treated the same way like in other countries. And when he went to the Trump campaign were like, yeah, come in, we want you, because you're a Democrat. They can't say that we're anti-Democrats because you're a Democrat and you're going to be on our campaign. So then he started Make America Healthy Again. That's his campaign under the Trump administration. Okay. And then Trump put him as the human... What is it called? HHS. That's Health and Human Services. So he's part of the Health and Human Services Department. That's going to be his role. So he's the Secretary of Health. This guy is an environmental lawyer. So he fights against the oil industries and, people that are polluting the water and the skies. And that's what he's been doing his whole life. And then he started getting into the health industry because he was an addict. And he had a lot of health issues. The guy's 70 years old. And he is... he looks good for his age. I'm talking pecs, calisthenics, the stuff that we like. Everything's all body weight. Of course, he does weights. You can tell he's big, but it's very natural. It's organic. You know when somebody does only weights, es inflamación. And if they stop doing weights for a couple months, it goes away. So this guy is bro, he has a six-pack and everything, and he's 70 years old. So now that he's in this role, he wants to go after the FDA, because the FDA is the agency that we pay for for them to make sure that what we're eating is healthy. And they have not been doing that. Because how many years has
True.
the FDA has allowed Pepsi, Coke, all these other companies.
Business.
Exactly. But your job is not business. Because you're not a business. You're a government agency funded by us to make sure that what we're eating is not poisoning us.
Right.
And ever since the 90s, obesity has gone up. Very interesting. Literally the 90s, not the 80s, not the 70s. Since the 90s, obesity has skyrocketed, especially in the 2000s has skyrocketed.
Yeah, and this is one of the countries where obesity is the most common out of other countries.
Other countries.
Yeah.
And then when you look up, like when you study like the personal training and all that, they're like, oh, obesity is, no, what do they say? A heart disease is not caused by obesity. Then what is it caused by?
Totally wrong.
What is it caused by? If you are obese,
By nutrition.
hello, of course it's going to create diabetes. It's gonna have cardiac issues. You're gonna have heart attacks. You're gonna have fucked up arteries. There's so much shit you're gonna have just because you're obese. Like obesity within itself is a disease. So how are you gonna tell me that one disease cannot create other diseases?
Of course.
It doesn't make any sense.
A person cannot have only one disease. They create more.
Exactly.
More than one, yeah.
It's like a little root, and then that root creates more roots.
More
Yeah,
roots,
see.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, but we're not experts. So what do we know, right? We're like regular people who just really like health, you know? That's
Right.
like a passion. But then he's saying, well, the experts have been lying to you for years. And because they've been lying to you, it's time for us to actually make the people realize that we've been lied to by people who claim are experts, which is what happened during COVID. They said that the mask was going to stop you from getting sick. That was an experiment. Literally, a mask, when you look it up, it literally says a mask is an experimental tool to prevent you from getting sick.
It prevents you.
Experimental,
Exactly.
meaning we don't fucking know
Exactly.
if it works or not. We're experimenting. We have no fucking idea. Just like the vaccine. So that's why, and he is one of those people who says, so when I brought this up with my boy, he was like, oh, he's an anti-vaxxer. And I go, that's not true. He's not an anti-vaxxer. An anti-vaxxer is me. I'm somebody that if I have kids, my kids are not getting vaccinated. That's what an anti-vaxxer is. But he's not an anti-vaxxer. All his kids are vaccinated. He's saying, if you are creating a vaccine, you should have to go through the same vetting, the same procedures any other drug has to go through. And you shouldn't have immunity. So, por ejemplo, you get vaccinated and something happens to you, you can't sue them.
Right.
Because the government told them, don't worry about it. You're good. And the government also saves themselves too, so you can't even sue the government.
Right.
So you paid for the vaccine, you got screwed by the vaccine, and you can't sue them for it. How corrupted is that? So what he's trying to do is like, nah, fam, that doesn't work like that. People have a right to sue you because you knew what you were doing and you did it anyway because you're greedy, money hungry, and then on top of that, we're the only country in the world that allows, I think us and in Switzerland, who allows pharmaceutical companies to have advertisements on TV. No other country allows that. We're the only country. So he wants to stop that too. So he's attacking the big pharma. And that's scary as fuck because big pharma's big business.
And that's business right there. Yeah.
I was looking into the numbers of big pharma and I'm like, yo, they make crazy money, bro. Like the lobby, they can, anything they want, they can get it with the amount of money they get. I was like, because I looked it up, I was like, oh, like, how much money do they get off of one pill? Like, let's say this pill, Zoloft, whatever that pill is, it's cents to make the pill. And the money they make out of it in just, I think, 2022 until now was like $7 million something. I'm just like, what the fuck? Off of one pill? Like one brand of a pill, not one pill.
And it's all about marketing. It's all about people. the majority of people that sell a product is number one product, is the best product, and they tried it and this and that, and it's certified, and at the end of the day, it's a lie. It's a lie.
What do you think about that pill that people are taking to lose weight?
Wrong. Your body shouldn't depend on a pill to lose weight. The losing weight part should be from your own mind. I'm not agree either with the people that do bypass. I'm not agree with people that do ¿cómo que se llama? Is a bypass and something else.
The liposuction y todo
eso. Right. O lo que se inyecta insulina. Because there's always a second side effect. All right? And when that happens, I mean, I've seen girls with couples that their husbands die because of it. You know? Entonces, either you control yourself, your habits, and you change it, and you work out, because that's what they call workout. Es para pasar trabajo, pero either ¿qué tipo de trabajo tú vas a pasar? Fix your metabolism, or going to the hospital and they fix you up. Supposedly.
Yeah, fix you
because
up.
Every medicine that you're taking has side effects, and then it's gonna be a bunch of medicines that you're gonna end up taking, and they're all having a party, and then ya te fuiste hasta que te fuiste del parque.
Okay, if you think about it, side effect, that means there's a risk to take
a risk.
So if there's a risk to
and they are covered by that side effect because they are telling you.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you just don't read it, or you just don't pay attention, because if you have a headache and you're taking Tylenol,
whatever.
The most popular. That Tylenol, lo que no saben es que te sube la fiebre. Por ejemplo, kids that take Tylenol, Tylenol te sube más la fiebre. You know? Wow. Entonces, ellos no saben, personas que no saben de eso, les afecta a los niños. No le estás arreglando. Entonces, sí, puedes tomar el Tylenol y bueno, no es el Tylenol, es el acetaminofén. Otra pastilla, que ese sí le baja la fiebre. Pero people talking about nutrition, for example, yogurt. There are some yogurts that said it has probiotics. All the yogurts are probiotic.
Exactly.
All the yogurt has probiotic. You know what I mean? Some sugar, some of them has free sugar, and you read at the table it says 5% of sugar. So is it free or not free? You know what I mean? No. Today in the morning, one of my friends told me, "Oh, look, this is the yogurt that I'm taking. It's really good. It says 25% of sugar and 0 fat." And I told them, "Look, 25% of sugar. You know what this means? Your glucose is gonna be a lot of
becomes
glucose,
fat,
and it becomes fat. So it is not a 0% of fat. You know what I mean?
People don't really understand.
Plus, this yogurt has 7% of protein, and the other I show him one yogurt that has 23% of protein, 5% of sugar, because I always tell them, look, it's impossible that a product doesn't have sugar. It's impossible because fruits by itself has sugar.
Is that everything becomes sugar the minute it goes inside your body anyway? It becomes glucose.
Exactly. You know. Now, it's not about quantity; it's about quality of calories. Mm-hmm. People are like, "Oh, because this has a lot of amount of calories." I never counted calories.
Me either.
To lose weight?
Who does? Okay, I don't understand. How do you have the time to do that?
I never counted calories. I never counted protein. I never counted none of this.
Me either.
What I did was, what am I eating in my whole day? What am I eating? And if I have control of that, I control my life and I control my health.
Being aware
of that.
Yeah.
If you are aware, and if you try to, okay, I am very hungry, what should I eat? It's not about diet, that I have to eat the salad and this. No, you could eat meat.
Exactly.
At night. You know what I mean? Yeah. You could eat your pastelito, pero that pastelito, eat it on a Saturday, on one day of the week. ¿Me entiendes?
Yeah.
Entonces, to keep a balance.
Exactly.
Porque if you exaggerate, the more you exaggerate whether it's good or bad, that's bad. Yeah. You cannot exaggerate You cannot eat 100% healthy because you get stuck and your body needs everything. Everything. Grasa mala, grasa buena, de todo. You know? Entonces, you have to have a balance of everything.
Of everything, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Have control on yourself of what you eat, and that's it.
Exactly.
And know how to read the labels on the products. That's what I do.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't really pay attention to the whole. That's so much work.
That's too much.
That's so much work.
Look, a normal. I tell people, look, you have to make it easy for you.
Exactly.
Okay, because the more complicated you make it, you might do it right now, but then you got fired from your job, and then you have to work at the airport or have another timing, and then that messes up your nutrition, your routine. So you cannot complicate yourself. Make it easy. Know your nutrition. Know your body. What's good for you. What's not good for you. Stop listening to people. Stop listening to social media. Start listening to yourself.
Yep.
When you listen to yourself, when you listen to your body, that's when you're becoming healthier.
Yeah.
You know?
Amen to that. Shit. Let's talk about obesity. We've been talking about this. Put that video about obesity, and we're gonna continue this conversation. I don't know
if I help.
Yeah, look at this guy, bro. This guy is 70 years old. Incredible.
He's hitting the hill. U.S. political royalty walking the halls on a charm offensive.
The meeting's going well, sir?
Wow. Robert F. Kennedy
70.
Jr., the svelte 70-year-old.
That's a fit boy.
And sometime nature lover.
Young gopher snake.
Is trying to sell senators on him being Donald Trump's pick for health secretary. But Buff Kennedy is a man with baggage.
Looks better than Trump.
There's no vaccine that is safe and effective.
The man picked to preside over the nation's health is a vaccine skeptic who wants to remove fluoride from water and has accused the Food and Drugs Administration of suppressing the use of psychedelics and raw milk.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. isn't a man who's too troubled by what the scientific community thinks, except for one area for which he has stacks of incontrovertible facts, figures and data to rely upon. Obesity. For men, the US has the 10th highest rates in the world. No other G20 nation comes close. And right here, West Virginia is the overweight capital of the US. More than 40% of all adults here, not just carrying a few extra pounds, but clinically obese.
Welcome to Martinsburg, West Virginia, a town of just under 19,000 people, but boasts just about every fast food joint you can think of, including 2 Dunkin' Donuts and 2 of President Trump's favourite. But despite posing for the cameras, there's sadness behind RFK's eyes when it comes to American diets.
He's like, look at him. He's like, I don't want to eat this shit.
He's in favour of getting rid of food dyes and said on social media,
he's like, I'm just pretending to eat this for the picture.
Poisoned by additives. Maybe onto something, say some in Martinsburg.
Yeah, of course.
I got high blood pressure.
Yeah.
So I gotta stay away from the salt, the sugar, and all that.
Did you used to eat all of that stuff?
Yeah.
Was your diet always healthy?
No, it was never always healthy. I love the baked macaroni, cheese, hand fried chicken, and all the above. But now, my health, when you get a certain age now, your health is good.
How healthy is your shop?
Super healthy. Most of it's organic.
Robert F. Kennedy wants more people to be eating like
exactly.
you.
Wow.
Es la blanquita la que está. La que está en talla. Es la blanquita la que está.
And the organic book is covered.
This is great. Look at this.
People should be eating healthier, myself included.
Yeah.
But somehow, trying to force people to do something is usually the way to guarantee that they'll never do it.
Okay.
Especially when you're talking to Americans. We're a stubborn breed.
Do the patients that you see coming through the door have any idea about how bad the food they eat is for them?
No, I don't think so.
Dr. Lubavitch is a bariatric surgeon. And she's only been in West Virginia for 6 months, yet already has 100 patients on her weight loss surgery program. There are many reasons they end up here. A key one in West Virginia, she says, rural poverty.
As we think about it, the ultra-processed foods in America are the cheapest foods. So when you're struggling to feed a family, it's very easy to feed them with fatty, sugary, processed foods as opposed to getting fresh fruits, vegetables, fresh meats, etc. Obesity starts in childhood.
Yep. 100%.
That should be the cheapest thing, man.
Yep.
Obesity chart. I love that she said that. Obesity starts in childhood, and that's 100% correct.
It's funny because I was talking to my uncle about this. He's a doctor, and I told him it's all start in our culture. We are Cubans. Our food is not healthy at all.
When compared to Americans, it is.
Compared to but what do you call healthy? I mean, rice is.
Rice is not unhealthy as long as you don't eat it like un galón de rice.
Right.
You know.
I would say.
Ahora puerco.
I want to say I want to thank you first for inviting me here, for having me here. It's really nice of you guys, and I really appreciate it because doing this encourage the knowledge. It helps me to repeat and motivate myself even more because you know me. Yeah, I lost weight and I want to redo it again. I want to help people again because all this is very important. You cannot change the world, but the people that see us, the people that are interested in learning, people are gonna change their life. And if we make that happen, that's more than enough. Because every single person that watches and look at us and they take us serious and listen to that and they're like, you know what? From tomorrow morning, I'm gonna start eating better. You know, that's something that we are doing to help the world because obviously since we started this podcast, all this the news are not helping at all. The entire world, the government are not gonna help because people don't care about people. And we need to help each other.
You know why they don't care about people? Because they don't care about themselves.
Exactly.
You can't care about somebody else if you don't care about yourself.
Thank you. You know how I learned to help people? When I started helping myself. Because obviously I didn't pay attention of how obese I was until I lost weight. It's funny how people no, I like this. Because when we are addicted, I'm including myself because I was obese and I'm overweight right now. But back in the days I was obese, extreme. And I was really addicted to fast food and Cuban food. So it was really hard, but it's possible. If you really care about yourself and you start learning about caring yourself, that's it. And once I did, look, I just wanted to lose weight. And all of a sudden, I started to be a personal trainer. Now I'm a physical therapist, studying even more and more and more to have the knowledge to help people.
All
See?
Because you started to help yourself.
So my advice is what you're doing right now, I always loved it because you're helping people by expressing what you think. Politic or healthy wise or whatever you think, if you're truth and you're a real person that loves to help people and people are following you and people are seeing you, hey, that's more than enough.
Yep.
Because 3 people that sees you becomes 100 people. Those 100 people becomes 1,000, 3,000, and that's it.
Exactly.
You're helping people more than the government.
Yeah, for sure. The government isn't here to help people.
That's really great. That's really great. I love this. I love this
too.
And thank you.
And we're gonna continue doing more of this now that you're more comfortable with it.
Sorry for it.
Calorie in, calorie out. That's what's important if you want to lose weight. Yep, 100%. Eat for your body type. Yeah, it's very important. Eat for your body type. A lot of people think they have to eat a lot less, especially men,
That's right. Look, about fasting, not agree or disagree. I'm just saying that you need to give nutrition to your body.
Exactly.
Do your fasting if you want to, because sometimes we have to. We have to because we work a lot. We have no other option. But if you could eat as much as you can, as long as it's healthy, as long as you know your body and what's good, what you digest properly, and that's it.
You know what I learned about fasting when we do we do it all every year.
Mm-hmm.
You appreciate food more
mm-hmm.
because you're not eating for a week. You appreciate your body more because you're literally just drinking water. So you're realizing how important it is to just take care of your body.
Mm-hmm.
You appreciate exercising because you can't exercise so much when you're fasting because you can faint.
Yep.
So there's just so many, and then on top of that, you're cleaning your body. You literally feel it clean, and then it's a spiritual thing because if you want to meditate when you're fasting, te conectas inmediatamente.
Yeah, because the concentration. I understand.
That's
it's
why
a process.
It's a huge process.
You feel your body more too. You're more in tune with your body.
And you become so strong mentally because not eating is very hard because you're programmed.
Yeah.
So when your body starts going, you have to be like, nope, drink water.
It's very important that you said that because it's all about the intention of what you're doing.
Exactly, 100%.
You know, it's all about the intention of what you're doing.
We fast to clean the body, to deflate because the whole year you're eating. Eso te infla. If you don't drink enough water one day, you drink too much the other day, ya estás inflado de agua también.
Literal.
So for a whole week, we fast. We usually do it right before the year ends. This year's gonna be different because my mom isn't here, so we've had like a bunch of different things that we have to do.
Right.
So we start doing the fast in January.
Mm-hmm.
So from the beginning of January, the whole week we're gonna be fasting. We're prepping for the fast. So we're like eating once a day to mentally prepare ourselves, and then before that week, we're gonna just have soup to get ready for it.
Yeah.
Because you can't just tirarte a fast. We used to do that back then. We can't do that anymore because
all depends on
you hit 30, you
on
can't
the
be doing that shit.
situation. Yeah. Managing yourself. All depends.
It really like makes you mentally strong.
Of course.
Because when you tell somebody, oh, I'm gonna fast for a week, they're like, you're crazy because they can't mentally do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you can, you just don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But you need it more than I do.
And the most important part is after the fasting.
Yes.
What you're eating.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm,
yeah. Because it's like you didn't go through all that suffering for no reason.
Yeah. Everything is important. Everything. Doing the fasting, not doing it. But most importantly, you're eating. What you're eating.
Yeah.
That's the most important.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Let's get on this. Okay, so this is a little crazy. This whole big pharma thing. So let's do the mental health crisis. Let's do both of those. I think. Wait, they're both articles, right? Yeah, they are. They're both articles.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, so check this out. This is crazy right here.
So we're doing that?
Yeah, put that really quick, and I have it right here, so I'm gonna read it off of here. Okay, so we have SSRI. It's antidepressants.
Okay.
Antidepressants has skyrocketed over the years, but during COVID, they made a lot of money off of antidepressants. So I started looking into give me a graph, to show us. Can you go down? Zoom in really quick. Can you zoom into that?
Oof.
Look at that. The majority of the people take the first one, Sarah, whatever that's called, sertraline. That's Zoloft. Zoloft. In 2004, there were over 28 million prescriptions for sertraline. And by 2022, the number has increased. Nearly 40 million people are taking that medication. Just that medication. We're not talking about all the other medications on top of that. Antidepressants also causes obesity. So that connects to obesity. If you're already obese, you're going to be depressed.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people who are obese are taking antidepressants. But for some reason, females are the ones taking it the most. So teenagers are taking antidepressants, and young women in their 20s and 30s are also taking antidepressants.
Yeah.
And I personally, I'm a believer that if you are depressed, it's because you're focusing on your past. And if you are anxious, because you're focusing on your future. I should know because I'm an anxious person. So I know that it's because I'm focusing on the future all the time. But I'm in the present, but I'm also in the future, so me pongo ansiosa. Pero hay personas que son tan ansiosas o ansioso que hacen otras cosas. Toman, fuman, or whatever.
I got into depression when I was obese. When I was 270 pounds, I got into depression really deep, and it was really it was quite bad.
Why did you think
Like,
you were depressed? Was it because you were obese? Or?
I thought of myself like the worst. Like I didn't deserve to be alive. I didn't deserve to be in this country with people. I didn't deserve anything. Like I was un fracasado.
So would you think that you were focusing on your past actions? Like, oh, because I made these decisions and now I'm like this, I feel like this.
I was losing. The problem is I lost my job. I finished my relationship. What else? I lost my car, but I had my baby. I had my grandma and I had my mom, but I didn't talk to them at all. Like I was in a circle. I was in a bubble, right? So I would close myself in my room, crying all day, being in that bubble, overthinking again and again.
And thinking about what?
Thinking about how bad I am, why am I here? I don't deserve.
That's the past.
Yep, I was really, really depressed. I can't tell you with little details because that was in 2017. And it's like when I lost weight, I was completely different. I was thinking more productive, like of myself. What should I eat? What should I do? Let me go to the gym. My daughter, I love her. Like I was more
in the present.
So I changed completely, and I totally forgot how I felt when I was depressed. It's like changing your personality, your point of view, everything. Right now, I feel like since I was very athletic, and right now I feel like less energy, tired all the time, but not depressed. My mind is like, I need to work out, I need to continue.
Because you've already been there.
Exactly.
So you know.
Yeah.
You know
I know the difference between when you're here and when you're here.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible how your mind changes. Yeah. Like right now, I feel like everything is impossible. But deeply inside, I know it is possible because I already done it. But right now, it's like, oh, my age, because your mind, the brain, is like a memory, you know? So it's always like the brain always want to protect you. And when you make a change, that brain is like give you alerts. Don't change. Why?
Ready.
Be careful. What if you get hurt? No, hey, no, stop. Don't do it. Please. It's encourage you of not doing things. But my one side of my brain, since I've done it, I'm like, everything's gonna be fine. I'm gonna be better. Because right now I am who I am because of my bad habits that I created. I just have to replace those habits and that's it. Everything's gonna be fine. But so that made me understand a person when he's in a bad habit. I just try to help him out. Not, hey, you're stressed. Don't worry. I understand that. I've been there.
Yep.
No worries. It takes time, little by little, and you will see the difference. And that's how it goes. Did I answer the question?
No, you did. You're more because you've been there, so you're more compassionate about it. Because
it really got me, and I almost
last year I'm very tough love. Like, hey man, you need to get out of your shit.
Last year, I will confess. Last year, I was almost like this to get into my depression. I thought that I overcame that depression. This is funny, because I thought when I lost weight and I got athletic, I was like, I overcame my depression. I'm fine. I'm totally fine. And then one girl, all of a sudden, we were speaking about this because she got into depression too. And she's like, you didn't get over it. You are fighting it every single day.
Wow.
And I'm like, she's right.
It's a war.
It's a war that you have inside your brain. And I'm like,
I fight with my anxiety.
How true was that?
Yeah.
And that impacted me because last year, in January 2023, I was like this to get into my depression. And something spoke to me and I was like, no. Work out, get distracted, do something. Thanks God, right now I have something that put me in aware and, avoid that. Because when I was in the first time I got into depression, I don't know how I got out there. Well, of course, I had a friend that spoke to me. He did a little psychologically speaking, you know, so I could get rid of it. And little by little, and then a friend of mine forced me to, you know, train and forced me to do that because one thing impacted me. Since I was born, I was always told that, you know, oh, you're always laughing, you're a very happy person, and this and that. And one person told me, looked at me in the eyes and told me, you look depressed, you look sad. And that right there,
it was a wake-up call. Because you're not a sad person.
And I was like, how is this possible? Why am I here? Why is this me right now? I did a bad decision. How many decisions have I taken that took me here? I started asking myself questions, positive. Exactly. And then when I was losing weight, I was like, was that me? Are you serious? Why? I was never like that. Why? And those whys motivated me even more.
It's crazy.
To keep pushing.
It makes you even think, was I hypnotized back then? Was I under a spell?
Yes.
And I really, because an addiction is a spell, if you really think about it.
It is.
And the easiest thing to be addicted to is eating.
Every time I see a person addicted to sugar, I'm like, just be careful. Because this is funny. Everybody that eats sugar, they know it all. Mm-hmm. They know about the nutrition. They know that they're not healthy. Mm-hmm. They know it all.
Yeah.
But they don't do well.
Yeah.
They don't act.
Yeah, because
they just know it. That's it.
They just know. Yeah. Okay.
So that's what
it's easy to know.
Exactly.
It's harder to do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why I told my daughter, brush your teeth, because hey, I'm an adult. I know what I do. Mm-hmm. You know, if you don't brush your teeth to go to school, your mouth is gonna smell, and people are gonna laugh at you, because every action that we do come with the consequences. Mm-hmm. What consequences do you like? Having good consequences or having bad consequences?
Exactly.
You decide.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So knowing everything is not the solution. It's doing.
Yeah.
It's acting up.
Putting into work what you know.
Putting it to work.
Yeah. Either you can be rich or you can be poor. You can be fat or you can be fit. Make a decision.
Make a decision.
We choose the fit and rich. All right. Very important. Rich. Very, very, very rich. All right.
That's right. Hey, both ways have difficulty, have their own.
Yeah, but I'd rather have problems than be filthy rich.
Have a penalty. Yeah, it has a penalty. If you decide to be poor, you have penalties. You have no money to go out. You have no money to have happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And if you decide to do good, you know, you have it all.
Because people say, but I love it when people los izquierdistas, oh, money doesn't bring happiness. No, bitch. It brings freedom. And that makes you hella happy. That makes you happy.
Exactly.
I want to be free.
Exactly.
Who the fuck wants to be a slave? Nobody. Okay? So that's the reality. It doesn't bring happiness, but it brings freedom. That's how we want. That's what we want. As an American, I want to be fucking free. Yeah, like straight up. I'm sorry, but a lot of people don't understand that. It's like, it is what it is. Capitalista, 100% to the day I fucking die. All right, statistics. Okay, so this is really interesting because zoom in really quick. Zoom into this. Oh, we're not sharing it. Just kidding. Sorry, I saw it there and I was like, yes, let's go back to this because this connects to what we're talking about.
Yeah, okay.
So this is all the years of prescription drugs from 2004 to 2022. Look at that.
Man, that's crazy.
That's insane. And ever since COVID, it's just gone. It just continues to go up. So I did the math, okay? Zoloft, I asked how much money...
The mic, speaking to the mic.
Oh, okay, sorry. So I asked...
Yeah, move it back a little bit. We're gonna get
Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Okay, so I asked.
He's still doing it.
Sorry. Is that I have to look, bro? This is like, hold on.
You can move the mic where you are.
Yeah.
Don't put it so close to you, though.
Okay, like this? Is this good?
Yes, whoever you're gonna be.
Is this good? Alright, I can't see shit with these
glasses. You guys are the best.
This is us all the time, by the way, guys. Alright. This is
You're still doing it.
This is not. Bro, I'm.
Sí, porque tú sabes.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Is that I need to freaking see this? Okay, hold on. I need to see this. All right. In 2022, the total revenue generated by Zoloft is $747.7 million. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Look at this shit. $747.7 million. And then I looked up how much Zoloft makes, like how much a tablet cost. 2 to 13 pennies per pill. Do you understand that shit? You understand that shit? It's not even a fucking dollar, dog. It's not even a dollar. And they're making almost $1 billion off of one damn pill. That is just...
It's business.
I wouldn't even call it business. I would call it the work of the devil. I would call it the work of the devil.
Yeah.
Because that's evil. Because if you're telling me this is like... If it's really helping people, great.
Mm-hmm.
By all means. But you're not helping people.
Mm-hmm.
You're just making money.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like, that's...
Like people that make supplements and, pills, supplements, same thing. People... Oh, sorry. Did I...
No. You're good. I just wanted to move it down because it was too high and I'm short.
That's why, like I said before, all this is very important to have. Like podcasts are very... This is why this is so important.
That's why the left is like, no!
Now, it's hard to say. I mean, it's not hard. It's crazy, but it's all about intention. Some people may only talk repeating what other people say, which is a bad information. Depends on the person, right? Some people duplicates the bad habits.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to create the good habit. I mean, since I saw you, that's why I like it. That's why I love it. And I love what you do. And I love this idea because this right now, you're just starting, but I'll see an empire. Why? Because you are helping people. You are you. I know you and I know Las. Both of you are people that, are with a good heart, have good hearts, and speak the truth and try to help the best. And with good information, the proper one, you see? And that helps people. Medications and pharmacies, supplements, you have to know. I'm not saying don't take it because some people do need it, but be careful when you do it and if you really need it. You have to be aware of those little things, you know what I mean? Yeah. There are supplements that are good.
Right.
There are supplements that are just made up just for the market.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
For example...
Yeah, because they're not FDA... I mean, not that FDA gives a shit about us, but they're not FDA approved. Mm-hmm. Supplements are not FDA approved. Mm-hmm.
So you have to be aware of those situations. You have
to literally trust the manufacturers of those supplements.
Mm-hmm.
You have to... If they've been in a business for a long time, they're more trustworthy, of course, than the new ones.
It's funny how people... Thank you for mentioning that. It's funny how people used to tell me, oh, no, look, this product just came out from the market. It is really good. It's the number 1 product in the whole world.
How the fuck can it be the number 1 if it just came out?
I'm not sorry for mentioning this, the name of the place, of the las marcas. How can you compare un Mercedes that has been a while con un Tesla que acaba de empezar?
Mm-hmm.
O con un, I don't know, otro. Mercedes has all this type of, ¿cómo es? Para la economía tuya. Tiene de 27,000 a tiene de 120,000. You know what I mean? Entonces, pills, I don't know. It depends on how long the company has, how many suits, how clean it is, where does it come from, and then you see, okay, this is good, this is bad. But don't be saying just because a girl from social media said, oh, this is the number 1 product, it just came out and this and that, or an artist that just producing just marketing the product because of money.
Exactly.
They're just marketing the money because they're getting paid from it.
Exactly.
Not because it is a real product that will help you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because they actually believe in it.
So just think about that.
Yeah.
I encourage people to, pay attention to those words. And
I mean, I've been working out my whole freaking life. And I'm not a fan of creatine.
Thank you.
I'm not even a fan of protein, honestly. Like, it's not my. I'm a person of like, if you want protein, eat meat.
True.
Eat chicken.
True.
Eat fish. Eat
True.
what protein actually is.
True.
You don't need synthetic protein. Majority of the protein has added sugars. It has fructose corn syrup.
Yeah.
It has a bunch of coloring that you're not supposed to be having. There's so much shit. Like, I went to my cousin's house and she's like working. You know, when I love it when women start going to, they've never worked out in their life. They start going to the gym. They're like, oh, I want to be a bodybuilder. Shut up. See, but it's always the same thing. Oh, I'm gonna be a bodybuilder. Like, no, you're not. But okay, sure.
Yeah.
You keep thinking that, and then I'm like, okay, let me see what you're using, because you can tell que está inflado. I'm like, let me see what you're using, and I see it. And I'm like, okay, this is terrible for you, and you've already consumed all of it.
Yeah.
And she was like, what do you mean? I'm like, you're not supposed to be taking something that says high fructose corn syrup. It has soy, which is terrible for you.
Yep.
And it has added sugars on top of the sugar it already has, because it has milk, and milk is sugar.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
it's like, if you want to actually go to the gym and be healthy, then you need to actually do the research behind it. That's the part that I don't like about fitness. It's all egotistic. It's all about the way you look.
And people, exactly.
I don't like
Thank
that
you.
shit.
Thank you.
Just because you look
Totally
doesn't mean you are. Like, if you actually want to be healthy, then learn to be really healthy. Eat actual healthy stuff.
Do a complete workout. Do cardio. Do weightlifting.
When
Exactly.
Everything. Like, for example, I love it when girls lift, but they can't do a push-up. Then you can't. Then you can't lift.
Has no,
Like, how can you? Oh, but I'm strong. I go, anybody can lift weights. Your body will adjust. Your body adjusts to anything. That's the body is a freaking machine. It's going to adjust. But if you actually work out with your own body, it's going to be harder, but you're going to actually look fit longer than if you just work out weights, because weights is synthetic. It's like taking a pill. It's the same shit. That's why I'm not saying don't do weights, but I'm saying you have to have a balance. If you can lift 20-pound dumbbells, you should be able to do 100 push-ups. If you can't do 100 push-ups, then maybe you shouldn't be doing weights. Focus on what you can't do. That's just whatever. What do I know? I'm just a girl. Apparently girls don't know anything about working out.
This is the thing is about medicines or products that have drugs. They will eventually affect our body, our immune system, our naturally your body. If you wanna make strengthening on the muscle, the more you work out, as long as you contract, because people are like, no, I need weights.
Bro, mira Bruce Lee, bro.
Mira Bruce Lee.
Thank
you,
bro.
Thank you for mentioning that.
He's okay. Well, I mean, I started working out even before I was obsessed with Bruce Lee, but Bruce Lee was what got me to realize how powerful
a man can become
if you just work out but with no weight. Oh, I was like, oh shit, what time is it?
Sorry, guys.
No, you're good. Okay, let's finish the mental health stuff, and then I want to just end it with the mental health. We won't even talk about the Panama Canal. I'll talk about that next time.
So what are we going to?
Mental health crisis. Oh wait, no. Just kidding. We are gonna have to talk about the Panama Canal, and then we're done there. Is that Panama Canal?
We're 2 hours and 7 minutes in.
What is this?
Huh?
What is this?
It's going to be really tough for the housing market.
No. Before that, Panama Canal. Yeah, Panama Canal.
Panama Canal.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, I found it.
Yeah. I just want to end it with this.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is really actually.
Okay,
really,
welcome
really
back in.
important.
President-elect Donald Trump has not been shy about wanting to see the Panama Canal once again under the control of the United States. The canal has been under Panamanian control for the duration of the 21st century as the result of a treaty signed by then U.S. President Jimmy Carter and the Panama National Guard General Omar Torrijos in September of 1977. The treaty guaranteed that the canal would fall under Panama's control after 1999. So what do we make of President-elect Trump's ambitions to reacquire the waterway? Well, Democrat Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz of Florida didn't pull any punches during a recent appearance on CNN.
It is utterly preposterous to suggest that we are going to send our military into Panama to, quote, take back the Panama Canal.
She looks sick. You can tell she takes
As
medication.
I said, we have a treaty with Panama. We have a free trade agreement with Panama. We are no more going to take back the Panama Canal than Panama is going to come in and try to take the Mississippi River from us.
What? What type of
Joining me now, Jarrett Stepman, columnist for the Daily Signal. Jarrett, thanks for coming in. Real quick, just on what Debbie Wasserman Schultz said there. I think the big difference is we have the United States military, quite different forces there. Just your thoughts on her remarks.
Yeah, and we have longstanding treaty obligations with Panama that's allowed them essentially to take control of this canal that we built, we paid for a long time ago. A great statesman said it's ours. I think it's by the grace of the American people that we gave this back, but with certain obligations that they'd have to be neutral in dealings with the United States, that they'd have to allow our shipping to go through unimpeded. But a lot of changes that have taken place in Panama, I think, are very concerning for U.S. national interests. And I don't think it's crazy to think that the United States will enforce the terms of that treaty in a country that I think is going the wrong way and turning to some of America's rivals like communist China, which is very concerning if you're an American citizen.
I'm going to talk more about the changes, but first I want to take a step back and get a little history lesson from you. We touched on that treaty in 1977, which gave the full control to Panama after 99. Elaborate why that happened, why President Jimmy Carter gave it away for a buck. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I think there was a real idea at the time that we didn't want to seem like we were an imperialist power, that we were taking control of this port. There was a lot of course, agitation taking place in Panama. The Suez Canal had been nationalized by Egypt years earlier. And so the thought was essentially is give them control of this canal and it'll kind of calm the tempers there. But things didn't really necessarily go smoothly. And in fact, there was even an invasion of Panama in 1989 under Ronald Reagan, when essentially a narco, basically dictatorship took control of the country. So Panama has been fairly unstable since that time. And I think that there's very reason for concerns now in our modern era where things have very much changed. So I think some of the mentality as far as giving up the Panama Canal was wrong at the time. And I think history has proved that that really was a mistake.
What are some of those changes that we're seeing?
That's it. All right, so now that Jimmy Carter died, he died today. He died at 100 years old. The guy who gave away the Panama Canal. Donald Trump is saying now the Panama Canal is going to come back because now the Chinese people are trying to take it away. And we built it. People died building the Panama Canal for years. So it only makes sense for us to take it back, you know. So I'm going to get more in depth about that next live because we were so busy talking about health because that is what we love to talk about. That is our thing. Pedrito, this was amazing. Last words for you.
Thank you. That I thank you guys again for inviting me here and having me here, sharing my opinions, and I hope we'll repeat it one more time.
Yeah. Heck yes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Thank you guys once again. This is Mary Truth Talks. See you next time.
Siempre quise despedirme.